Prince Harry has made a sobering admission that may mark a defining chapter in his life. He can no longer envision a future where he brings his wife, Meghan Markle, and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, back to the United Kingdom. This emotional revelation comes in the wake of his recent legal defeat over security provisions in Britain, an outcome that appears to have sealed the door on any plans for a homecoming. "I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point," Harry said, following the court's decision to uphold the government's removal of his automatic police protection. The statement lays bare not only his personal disappointment, but also the heavy cost it places on his young family. "The things that they're going to miss is, well, everything," he added. "I love my country, I always have, despite what some people in that country have done." For a prince who once wore his patriotism like a badge, serving in the British Army for a decade and championing causes deeply rooted in the UK, this moment feels particularly wrenching. It's a deeply human expression of sorrow from someone whose life, legacy, and very identity are intertwined with a country that no longer feels safe for his children. In an official statement following the court's verdict, Harry reflected on this painful juncture. "The UK is my birthplace and will always be part of who I am. It is a place I love and the country where my son was born. I've only ever wanted to continue my charitable work in supporting the causes and people that mean so much to me, and for my children to know the beauty of my homeland. I remain committed to a life of public service." Since stepping back from their roles as senior royals in 2020, Harry and Meghan have resettled in Montecito, California, carving out a new life with their children while remaining firmly in the global spotlight. Yet Harry's legal battle for security has loomed large over every trip he's made back to Britain. While he has returned on several occasions, those visits have been brief, tightly controlled, and notably absent of Meghan or their children, an omission he attributes entirely to safety concerns. The recent court ruling upheld the government's stance that Harry's need for security will be judged on a case-by-case basis, rejecting his request for ongoing, taxpayer-funded protection. The verdict not only underscores the physical barriers keeping Harry from his homeland, but also highlights the emotional and institutional divide that continues to widen between him and the royal establishment. And perhaps most poignantly, this legal loss arrives at a time of profound personal tension. Harry remains estranged from his father, King Charles, even as the monarch battles cancer. "I would love reconciliation with my family," Harry admitted. "There's no point in continuing to fight anymore. Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff, but it would be nice to reconcile." Those words are laden with regret and vulnerability, the plea of a son caught between duty, distance, and the weight of unresolved conflict. Yet according to palace insiders, a reconciliation may remain out of reach. "I don't think there is any rapprochement," one source close to the palace remarked. "Nothing has changed." Further complicating the couple's royal status is the ongoing debate over their titles. Though Harry and Meghan retained their Duke and Duchess of Sussex designations after leaving royal life, they agreed not to use their His/Her Royal Highness, HRH, styling in public or commercial contexts. Still, questions linger about the permanence of those titles, especially amid reports that Prince William may seek to have them removed once he ascends the throne. While Queen Elizabeth II personally granted the dukedom in 2018, any attempt to revoke it would require a formal act of Parliament. Discussions around that possibility have surfaced in recent years, particularly through legislative proposals such as the Removal of Titles Bill, which would give Parliament or the monarch greater authority in such matters. However, no such measure has been enacted to date. In a recent interview, Meghan reflected on what the Sussex name means to her and her family. "It's our shared name as a family, and I guess I hadn't recognized how meaningful that would be to me until we had children," she said. "I love that that is something that Archie, Lily, Harry, and I all have together. It means a lot to me." Despite their withdrawal from royal duties, the couple's titles remain visible across their personal and philanthropic endeavors. But even subtle lapses can spark controversy. A note attached to a personal gift basket from Meghan recently drew attention for being signed, "With compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex." Though the note, reportedly more than a year old, was part of a private gesture, It reopened conversations about whether the Sussexes were overstepping the bounds of their agreement. According to British legal scholars, the HRH style is among the easiest honors for a reigning monarch to remove. At present, the Sussexes, like Prince Andrew, Duke of York, have agreed not to use the appellation while they have abandoned royal duties, noted Master Graham Zellick, a tribunal judge and professor of public law. But it is clear that it could be withdrawn by the king, a decision that would not be amenable to judicial review. Yet Harry's identity as a prince, bestowed by birth and cemented by letters patent, is not as easily erased. That title is his by lineage, a reminder of both his royal blood and the deep tensions that now exist between tradition and personal autonomy.